A stranger can open a loan in your name today. Not drain an account you already have. Open a brand new one. A credit card, a car loan, a phone plan, all in your name, with the bills sent somewhere you'll never see them. And almost nobody was taught that one free setting stops it cold in about 5 minutes. It's called a credit freeze. Here's how it works. Before anyone lends you money, a card, a loan, a lease, they run a credit check. They pull your report from a credit bureau to decide if you're good for it. A freeze locks that report. When a thief tries to open something in your name, the lender goes to pull the file, hits a locked door, and the application dies. No pull, no new account. And it's completely free. Congress made it free for everyone in 2018. It doesn't lower your credit score by a point, and you keep using every card you already have. And the stakes are real. Americans reported losing more than $10 billion to fraud in a single year. And new account fraud is the cruelest kind, because the debt stacks up on accounts you never knew existed. The whole defense is free, it's permanent, and by the end of this video, it'll be installed. No fear on just the one lock. So here's the plan. What a freeze locks, why it beats monitoring, the 3 myths that stop people, how to set it up at all 3 bureaus, and how you unlock it when you need credit. Let's get into it. Beat 1. What a freeze actually locks. Because the name scares people, and it shouldn't. A freeze does not lock your money. It doesn't touch the cards in your wallet, your bank account, your paycheck, or any loan you already have. All of that keeps working. What it locks is one thing: your credit report at the bureau, the file a lender checks before lending to a new customer. Think about how a new account is born. You click Apply, and the first thing that happens behind the scenes is a credit pull. The lender asks a bureau, is this person good for it? That pull is the gate every new account has to pass through. A freeze slams it shut. When your file is frozen, a lender who tries to pull it gets back, in effect, access restricted. And with no report to look at, almost no lender approves the account. So a criminal who has your name, your birthday, even your social security number walks up to that gate, and it won't open for them. The mental shift for this beat: you're not locking your money, you're locking the front door that new debt has to come through. Your existing accounts have their own doors already open that you use every day. The freeze doesn't touch them. It only stops new doors from being cut in your name. Which raises the obvious question, especially if you already pay for monitoring. Don't I already have this covered? Not the way you think. That's beat 2. Beat 2. Why a freeze beats credit monitoring. Because these two sound the same and do the opposite. Monitoring watches your file and alerts you when something changes. A new account, a hard inquiry. That's useful, but read what it actually is. It tells you after it happened. By the time that email lands, the thief has already opened the account in your name. Monitoring doesn't stop them. It just tells you that you now have a mess to clean up. The calls, the disputes, months of proving a debt isn't yours. It's the alarm that rings after the window is already broken and the burglar is already inside. A credit freeze is the deadbolt. It doesn't report the break-in. It stops it. The thief hits the locked file and there's nothing to clean up, because there's no account. So here's the honest way to hold both. Monitoring is detection. A freeze is prevention. Detection has its place, but if you can only do one thing, prevention wins every time. And notice the pricing, because it tells you something. Identity theft services often charge you every month to watch. The freeze, the thing that actually stops the crime, is free. So don't mistake a monthly alert for a lock, which leaves the question that stops most people from ever setting one up. Isn't there a catch? Beat 3. Beat 3. The 3 myths that stop people. Because when you tell someone to freeze their credit, you always hear the same 3 objections, and all 3 are wrong. Myth 1. It costs money. It doesn't. Since a federal law that took effect in 2018, placing a freeze and lifting it, is free for everyone, at every bureau, forever. Myth 2. It'll hurt my credit score. It won't. Not at all. A freeze has 0 effect on your score. Your score is built from how you handle the accounts you already have. Freezing your report just controls who's allowed to look at it. Myth 3. I won't be able to use my own credit cards. Also false. and it's the one that scares people most. Your existing cards, loans, and accounts are completely unaffected. Swipe, tap, auto pay, everything works exactly as before. The freeze only blocks new accounts from being opened. So every reason you've heard not to do this, it's expensive, it'll wreck my score, I'll lock myself out, is false. The real reason most people haven't frozen their credit isn't a good reason at all. Nobody ever told them it was free, harmless, and this easy. There is genuinely only one thing a freeze asks of you, and it's small. When you want new credit, you have to unfreeze first. That's not a catch. That's you holding the only key. So let's actually set it up. Beat 4. Beat 4. Exactly how? And the one detail that trips people up. There isn't one credit bureau, there are 3 big ones: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And a lender can pull your report from any one of them. So freezing just one leaves the other 2 doors wide open. To be protected, you freeze all 3. Each one takes about 5 minutes, and you can do it right now, tonight. For each bureau, you go to its website or call its phone line, create an account, prove who you are with a few questions, and turn the freeze on. That's it. 3 short setups, and new account fraud is off the table. One thing to do carefully as you go. Each bureau gives you a login, and some give you a PIN. Save those somewhere safe, like a password manager, because that's exactly what you'll use to lift the freeze later. A couple of extras worth knowing. If you have kids, you can freeze their credit too, and you probably should. A child's clean, unused file is a favorite target, because no one checks it for years. And if you want lighter protection, a fraud alert is a free but weaker alternative. It just tells lenders to double-check it's really you, but do the 3 big ones tonight, and you've done the thing that matters most. Now. The question everyone asks before they'll commit: what happens when I actually want a new credit card? Beat 5. Beat 5. The thaw. Because a freeze is not a one-way door, and this is the part that removes the last excuse. A freeze isn't permanent lockdown, it's a resting state that you control. The day you actually want new credit, a mortgage, a car loan, a new card, even renting an apartment, you simply thaw it. Thawing means you temporarily lift the freeze so the lender can pull your report, and then it refreezes. And thawing is just as free and just as fast as freezing. You log into the bureau the lender is going to check, lift it for a set window, a day, or a few. And once your application goes through, you're locked again. By law, when you request it online or by phone, the bureau has to lift the freeze quickly, within about an hour. So the fear of, what if I need credit later, evaporates. You're not giving anything up. You're keeping the door locked by default and opening it briefly when you choose. That's real control. And here's the quiet superpower of doing this. You freeze once, and it protects you against every breach that hasn't even happened yet. The next time a bank, a hospital, or a store you shopped at leaks a database with your information in it, and there will be a next time. It barely matters, because the thief can have your data and still can't open a thing in your name. So that's the move. Freeze all 3 bureaus, keep your logins safe, thaw for a few minutes on the rare day you need new credit, and refreeze. You stay in control the entire time. So here's the whole move in one breath. A new account is born from a credit pull. So a credit freeze locks your report, the lender hits a locked door, and the account never opens. It's not your money that's frozen, it's the front door new debt has to come through. Your existing cards and accounts keep working, and your score doesn't move. Credit monitoring only emails you after the fact. The freeze is the deadbolt that stops it before it starts. It's free by federal law, it's harmless, and the only thing it asks is that you unfreeze before you apply for new credit. So you freeze all 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, save your logins, and thaw for a few free minutes on the rare day you need credit. Do it once and it guards you against every breach still to come. Not a monthly fee, a free lock. Install it tonight. The next time you hear that your data turned up in a breach, yours or your mom's or your kids', you won't feel that helpless little jolt because you'll know the single free thing that takes the danger off the table. A stranger can have your name and your numbers and still not be able to open $1 of credit in it because you locked the door. If this made something click, consider subscribing. That's the whole point of this channel. The digital world explained in plain English, so you and the people you love stay a step ahead. And here's the one to watch next, because the smartest time to freeze your credit is the moment you learn your information got out. So go find out. It's our quick walkthrough of how to check whether your accounts have already been caught in a data breach in about 2 minutes, for free. It's on the channel right now. And do one real thing tonight. Freeze your credit. Then send this to the person in your life who's never gotten around to it. Stay sharp out there.